Hi everyone, I wanted to take a quick moment to explain why this video is so much longer than normal, but I'm certain you're going to find it worth your while to stick around to watch. And that is, after my second pour of resin on this piece, I had a mess on my hands and I was about ready to give up on the project altogether until my husband came up with a suggestion that I did. And I found out that his suggestion worked. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to show you what my problem was. I'm going to show you what I did to fix the problem. I'm going to show you the third resin coating that I put down, and I'm going to show you the final finish and how I finished off this board from the tape removal, sanding, etc. So I think you're going to find this well worth your while. People have been asking me to show some resining. You're going to get that here. Now let's get the video going. Hi everyone, it's Louise with louisemckayart, and welcome to my channel. I'm glad you're here, and I'm excited about what we're doing here, which is another cutting board. And I got this from, where did I get this from? The home goods store. So it's got a little handle on it, and I'm going to do another paint skin like I've done. And I really, really like the way these turned out. Matter of fact, I'm going to show you the last one I just did. So I just finished this, and I love the way this turned out. So, and I didn't have the full video of this because I deleted it by mistake. So I'm going to do another video, and I'm going to show you the whole process. So what I've got here is my Glidden, is my pillow. And that's literally how I do. I don't ever stir this stuff up anymore. I just kind of swirl it around. But it's the Glidden 6011N. I'll be putting that down as my pillow. And I may have to spread it around like a cake frosting a little bit. You know about the size I'm going to be going for. Oh shoot, I didn't level. I never show you guys this part. But before I start, I usually put the level to it and make sure that I am flat. It's probably not terribly important on a swipe, especially since I'll be getting it off the table pretty quick. That's close enough. Close enough. If you don't have a level, definitely get yourself a level. So I'll be swiping using this swiping tool on the pillow that I'll lay down right now. Here are my colors. I'll call them out as I go. So let's just get started because I don't have a lot of time. I got so much to do. I'm going to be getting ready for that class coming up, which by the time this airs, that class will be done. So I'm going to go and fast forward as I lay down the rest of this pillow. And because this video ended up being so long, I'll cut where I can. I'm just laying down my pillow here. Let me just give it a quick spin. Hopefully that's all I need to do. All right, so cell activator. This is still the Australian. I do have great cell activator recipe though. It's my American Floetrol cell activator video 141. I just happen to have all this extra cell activator I have to get through. I'll link my cell activator recipe above if you want to take a look at it. So that's what I'm doing. Burning through the cell activator. Spread this around a little bit. Black. Yeah, this color palette is just gorgeous. All right. This is my Modern Masters Pearl and Golden's Iridescent Pearl. Modern Masters Pearl White. Notice this time I haven't gone all the way to the edge because I'm expecting as I add paint, it'll spread there. All right, this is my Modern Masters again, Pearl White, and my Golden's Shading Gray. And now, this is my Quinacridone Nicolezzo Gold by Golden and TLP Zeus. TLP is this little piggy. Next color, my gold combination, which is 24 karat gold by Deco Art and Golden's Iridescent Gold. Fine. Same one I always use. At least I'm not slopping all over the place here. A little more gold. Yeah, I can't believe I did not have the video last time. I felt bad about posting it, but I really wanted to show you guys the creation. This is Golden's Iridescent Silver, straight up. And then Golden's Carbon Black. Boy, I let this sit out for a little minute. It really thickened up. I gotta get it away from the top because it's starting to tip over. Hopefully I'm still on camera. All right, that should be good. And all I'm gonna do here, I'm just gonna do a straight swipe. Okay, just losing a little bit, that's okay. That was a much better palette knife load. All right, I'm gonna start with the wider side. Left to right, right to left. Here we go. So all I'm doing here is just slowly stretching it toward my right hand to kind of cheat it into stretching before I get ready to spin it. I'd like to move that closer. I wonder if I can do that. Okay, I like that a lot better. All right, let me clean this up real quick. Let's just spread it out and see what happens. I think we're gonna be fine. Whoa, that was too fast. I think I'm gonna cut that off. That'll be cut off. It didn't blend very well. Let's take a look at this. A little more. All right, I think we're gonna call this done. So I'm gonna do another one. Maybe it'll come out better the next time. That's this swipe at the beginning. I didn't press down hard enough. I probably should have started farther to one side. So I'm gonna try this again, but this is where we are. I'm keeping it, and it'll be good. It's just not as good as I would like it to be. So here are the wet results of both paint skins, and next I'm going to go into applying the paint skins to the board. Hey everyone, I'm back for the paint skin application. The paint skins that I created a couple weeks ago, I've cut them down to size. I've got 2 of them I'm going to be doing. I can't keep these in stock. They sell right away. So all I have here is my matte varnish, and it's easy. I apply some to the board. I apply it to the back of the skin. And I slap it on. I'm sure I've mentioned this before. I like doing it this way because I have a lot more control over how my piece turns out doing a skin. I get to shape it. So I'm going to go on fast forward as I continue to fully adhere this to the board. What's of note here is that I am very conscientious about trying to get the air bubbles out of the middle, getting air bubbles and the varnish out of the center, because when you go to resin, you don't want to have any bubbles in it so that you have a problem with resining. And you just want to press very firmly on the sides to get those sides to adhere, because they've been sitting straight for so long. Getting them to bend and stick is a little more of a challenge. And that's what's important for this part of the process. All right, I think we're good to go. I'll resin the other, I'll secure the other one, and then I'll be ready for resining. All right, everybody, this is where I am. I am really bummed. I put down one coat of resin, and the line was here, which was not bad. But the trouble was I had a lot of air bubbles, like I still do, on the neck and here. So I sanded it down with 220 grit, alcohol wiped it off, went ahead again with the resin, and my resin kept bleeding out to here. And I absolutely hate this. But worse, you know, I still am having the air bubbles. So I'm at a point where I'm at a complete loss here. So I'm going to do surgery. And I may or may not show this video, I don't know. But the point is here, when you've reached a point of, I don't know what I can do, you try something completely out of the box. So what I'm going to do here, and this actually was a suggestion given to me by my husband, because I literally was ready to just, you know, I mean, I can use this backside as a flat surface for something. I mean, it's a loss at this point. It's a gorgeous loss, but it's killing me. But I've learned in the last couple of years to not get too upset about things, because oftentimes problems lead to opportunities. So I'm going to heat up this edge, and I'm going to try to scrape it with this. I don't think this is going to work. I need something solid. So that's what I'm going to do here. So here we go. Let's just start in the middle. I just want to emphasize here, this is the first time I've ever tried this, so you're seeing me go after this the first time, raw footage. Let's see what happens. Oh, look at that. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. Well, there you go. Interesting. Interesting. I'm going to keep this whole section in. You can watch it if you want to. I figure I just discovered it. I'm going to share it all. This is within 24 hours of putting down the last layer. I do have the windows open and the door open because it does put out a smell. So I am taking it back to the original pour of resin. I'll be back when I'm done with this. And then I might show you the final resining. So This is where we are. This is where we are. I can fix that. This is a lot of work to go through for this. So a key point, I think, is from this learning. I'll share that later. So I'm going to go around and do the rest of this, and then I might show you the resin process later. But yeah, look at this. This is crazy. Yeah, you got to heat it up. Got to heat it up. Lesson learned there. Oh, actually, oh, it's melting back on. Don't want it to fold over. I'm going to try the X-Acto blade while you're here. Let's just, you know what? Let me just do that first. So while I have a quiet moment here, I just decided to pull out the X-Acto to see if I can get a nice smooth edge here. And what I've decided to do is share with you the whole rest of this video. I'm going to guide that around. I'm very careful here not to cut too deep. I don't want to cut into the wood. I just want to get through the resin. You know what? It's when you have nothing to lose that it doesn't matter. You just go for it. Now that I've gotten to this part, it's much harder to go into it. I'm just going to record it. You guys can watch it or not. It'll be just a longer video. I'm often cutting my videos off to save time, but people are now saying, don't do that. Just let it play. Maybe I should just let you guys be the decider of how much you watch. And always be careful with a chisel. Boy, don't we know from my video 312. In my video 312, I was doing a full charcuterie board demonstration, and I sliced my finger really bad. Should always push away. Okay, so now here we go. I'm going to go through the rest of this. Yeah, if I can salvage this, it's a win. The win is actually the learning. Truthfully, I mean, I seriously mean that. The win here could be as simple as the learning. While this board may not amount to a hill of beans, what I've learned here is worth so much more that might come in handy for larger projects and more projects down the road. Okay, look at this. Look at this, guys. Look at this. This is completely impromptu. You're learning this as I am learning this. Okay. I'm going to leave this whole video in. We'll see if I can finish this in a way that works. It wants to stick back down. So now I'm just running the chisel right up to my X-Acto mark. I still got to get these air bubbles out. But one thing at a time. Always focus on one thing at a time. So I can't do everything all at once. Just retracing the tracks. Look at that. Let's finish. Yep. What is perceived as a horrible situation, it's not horrible, but is a bad situation. How you look at it is so important. And as soon as my husband said, chisel it back, I was like, oh my God, that's brilliant. So I can't even take credit for the thought. Now, got some lines to clean up here. But I can fix that. I think I can fix all this. Holy cats. I might even sculpt it a little bit more, but look at where we are. Look at this. Unbelievable. So I just got to fix up these, get that air bubble out. I'm gonna be stuck with something in there, and then get this neck. It's interesting how both the sides of the neck are the problem. So I'll be back to whatever I do next. Hi everyone, I'm back for my third attempt at this resin pour. And as you saw earlier, I cut this end off, and now I'm gonna re-pour. Hopefully I can get the bubbles out after I've sanded it and get this to lay nice. And as a reminder, I do use KS Resin Liquid Stone. I have a 10% discount code in the description if you want to go on their website and purchase your own. I do love this stuff, even though I had a bad bout this time. Got a clock waiting in the wings. Gonna have a clean hand over here. I should have tended to this before I got distracted. I put too much down on the handle, but that's okay. This table's pretty clean. I'll pick some up. Get the shoulder, get the neck. Get around the edges. My friendly bubbles in the neck, they just don't quit. I'll probably go on fast forward through this. I'm going to take my advice and go on fast forward through this. You'll see what I'm doing. You already see the pace at which I was doing it with my finger, and I'm going to let it roll faster. The key point here is that I push it up to the edge, but I don't go over the edge yet because I want to wait until it gets a little more solidified. You'll see in a few minutes, but I think I wait until about the 30-minute mark before I finally lead that edge with a toothpick and fold it over. Maybe I'll hit it with a torch. Get the sides. Okay, I think we're covered. So it's through here I do some odds and ends. I clean up the bottom, I resin another CD, I clean up the cup, and I'll be back for the final part about 30 minutes in. I'm not sure how much I'm going to share of this. Just going to pop it over the edge. So I'm going to cut back this section. I take this toothpick and I roll that leading edge just over the edge just a little bit to get this third coat of resin to seal to the board itself and have one solid third resined result. For the rest of this, I babysat a little bit, hit it with a torch a couple times, and put it to bed. The next day, here we come. So bright and early the next day, I started to go after the tape and realized that this tape was the cheaper kind of tape, and unfortunately, it really decided to stick to this board. The glue part really stuck to the board. So I'm going to skip through a lot of this tape removal. Just trust me, I use the heat gun a lot. I had to pull up with the tape and use the X-Acto knife a lot and the chisel, and I'll come back for the next part. It's hard to see the tape residue on the other side, but what I decided to do here is get the mineral spirits and see if that would help me remove that tape residue. Oh, camera's still running. Okay, well. Okay, got my mineral spirits. We'll see how this goes. Just got a rag here. I've never done this before, trying to remove with the glue. So we'll see how this works. Oh, well, look at that. Well, aren't we doing a lot of discovering today? Wow. I probably should be doing this outside, but I am literally in the spur of the moment with this process. Wow. I've learned so much. I might end up showing this video separately because this is so tremendous. At least I've got my door open. This does smell. Okay, so look at this. Can you see the tape that's stuck to there? The adhesive part of the tape? Look at that. Unbelievable. This is fantastic. And I do have to go over it a little bit with another sandpaper. But look at this. Unbelievable. How many times have I said that? Still have a little bit of resin to remove. But look at that. Look how clean that is. Wow. All right, I'll be back when I have the finished product to show you the sandpaper. So I'm going to skip past this part and show you the final end of the sandpapering process. Here's the back. I'd say that's a winner. In the front, which I'll finish this off with some mineral spirits and then wood conditioner that you can get at Home Depot. Let me just show you, or it will, which you can get at any home improvement store. I'm also going to try wood butter, so I've heard that works really well too. All right. That's all I got for now. I'll be back. Well, everyone, I think I can finally call this a wrap. And if you've stuck with me this far, I really appreciate it. I mean, this was such a big learning for me on the spur. I figured I'm going to just share the whole thing with you because it was so important to me. And hopefully it'll save you trouble in the end. Obviously, the question is, why did it run so much? And the only thing I can conclude is that my table must not have been perfectly level, which allowed the resin to run in the opposite direction. So next time I'm going to be a little more careful. But look, the front and the back came out perfect. And these learnings I'll take forward in any other endeavor I might have. If you're new here and liked what you saw, please subscribe, hit the bell and all. You'll get all my latest art tutorials. A thumbs up and a comment is always appreciated. I get back with everybody. At the end, I'll have a link to my charcuterie and wood boards playlist if you want to take a look at other creations. And if you were in my class in DC, this is the last call to send me your email so I can send you the link to the after action class review and bonus footage that I included in that tutorial. So that's all I have for now, everybody. Take care. Till next time.